Today, you're in the life of a 33-year-old truck driver. So I work for a company that pulls freight for FedEx. I do not work for FedEx. I pull freight. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna show you guys exactly what a night of truck driving looks like for a 33-year-old truck driver. Also, I'm gonna give you guys some tips, some tricks, and just overall show you guys what I do. This is gonna be a new vlog POV series that I'm doing. So if you like trucking or you're thinking of getting into trucking, highly recommend you watch these videos. Also, guys, if you want to make six figures or get close to it right out of CDL school, I have a playlist. Please go watch it. It'll help you guys so much. I've helped thousands of people get employed and make money. I'm here to serve you. I'm not here to argue with you and debate you in the comments. You'll never see me do that. I rarely even respond to comments anymore because most of them are either positive or super negative. But for the ones that are positive, I do thank you guys. And yeah, we're gonna get right into it. So I drive doubles for a living, okay? What does that mean? That means I drive with two trailers, not one, two. And I'm gonna turn this light off now. Also, if the audio is a little shitty, I'm sorry. It's on my 360 Insta, and it looks like the ISO is a little high, but I have it on auto because if I put it on manual, I have no idea how it would look. So just keep that in mind, work with me. I haven't used this since AmeriGas. And if you remember when I worked for AmeriGas, come on, bud, what the fuck are you doing? If you guys remember when I worked for AmeriGas, I did a POV video and showed you guys how to do hazmat, how to fill up a tank for propane, how to fill your truck up, everything. Well, that's what this is gonna be. This is gonna be me showing you guys exactly how to hook up doubles. And let me tell you, I see wild shit all the time. Car crashes, cop chases, people blowing a tire on the side of the road. I see all types of nutty shit, and I figured, you know what? I'm gonna start recording it. The reason why I didn't for the first 3 months working here, truthfully, I was still having a hard time adjusting. It was a lot different from going from a stationary tanker truck, which was a Class B truck, all the way to driving Class A. You ain't got a badge?
No, I didn't get a badge yet.
Oh, man. So,
Like this almost, like maybe 3 times last week I couldn't get in.
yeah, get that badge ASAP. Otherwise, you'll be playing too much Russian roulette with this shit, bro.
Yeah, I see.
Yes, sir. You good? This company, I get paid every Friday, and I make about $1,200, bring home. And guess what? I only work 45 hours a week. You know, maybe 50 on the long run. AmeriGas, I had to work 65 to 70 to see that. Wasn't worth it. I get paid by the day, not paid by the hour. Which I think getting paid by the hour can be good if you're a lazy fuck who can sit there and run the clock up. Personally, now that I've had both, I would rather get paid by the day. So I get paid about $325 a day, which isn't bad. Taxes eats a lot of it. This is a new driver, so he's obviously still learning a lot of shit, and I'm not new anymore, so I'm gonna speed by him and get going because I ain't got all day. So when you get into these trucks and you're going to do doubles, the first thing you got to think of is you got to get a dolly. Now, if you guys see me driving a little crazy fast or moving around a little slick, don't be the guy to do what I do. I have ADHD, so once I master something, I'm flying through it, and it shows 24/7. Also, get your guys some gloves. You're gonna need some fucking gloves, let me tell you. And when I first started, man, I had a hard time backing these doubles because the thing is, these doubles, you can't reverse back like a 53. You're not gonna be able to maneuver it. It goes everywhere. So you really gotta lock in and get your first setup needs to be almost perfect. Otherwise, you're putting yourself in a situation where you're making it harder on yourself. And let me tell you, work hard, not smarter, right? Or I'm sorry, work smarter, not harder. And that's what I've learned with trucking. And that's what I'm here to teach you guys. A lot of little stupid ass tips that you think might be dumb, but in reality, they work really well once you learn. All right, so with these dollies, they turn really fast. So you always want to turn the way they're turning. That's how you counteract them. My problem is I like to move fast, right? With these, they want you to be slow, because if you're not slow, you're gonna turn it too fast. But I'm such a eager person to go. Sometimes I have to do this a couple times because I just don't like going that slow. That's my problem. But you know, you learn as you go. Like, look, ooh, bang, right in the money, right there, right in the money, right in the mucho. So we got that going. Now, I didn't explain the dollies, right? I'm going to explain everything. I'm gonna explain it now just because it's not connected. And once it's connected, it might be a little bit more confusing. A lot of this is gonna seem confusing, just like the Amerigas video, but I promise you, it is not fucking confusing. Oh no, I got a rip in my glove. It's not that confusing. So, with this line on a trailer, you wanna line your fifth wheel up. That means that's right where the kingpin's at. The kingpin is this. This is a kingpin, all right? Or a shank, whatever the fuck you want to call it. I call it the kingpin. But you need that to lock in there. This is your release handle. It's the same thing that is on your truck already, okay? Same thing. With the Volvos, you gotta lift up, pull it aside, then pull, which is annoying. But it's the same thing. So you're pretty much doing the same exact thing. Now this is a lock button. You pop that, you release it, it lets it go. You pull up on these two shits for your trailer hitch, pull that back, and these bitches are heavy, I'm not gonna lie. So you gotta use your body weight. I'm used to it. I'm used to it now, it's not a big deal, but when I first started, I fought the shit out of these, and these will get you super dirty, and you'll be pissed off at the world. And that's why I say wear gloves and shit, because you're gonna get so dirty, you're gonna hate it. Now, I always take the gloves off now once I'm out of the once I'm done doing what I'm doing and re-put them on. It is annoying, but let me tell you, once you start getting in and out of the truck and you're holding on to them gloves, what's gonna happen? What you think's gonna happen? Your steering wheel gonna get dirty. It's gonna get dirty as hell. And then once it's dirty as hell, you gotta touch it all day. Then you touch it yourself. Right now, it's about 97 degrees out. It's been over 102 all week. So you don't want that grease and shit on your skin. I'm telling you, that shit is not good for you. I'm sure it's not good for your skin. I have sensitive skin too. That's another thing for me. I don't know if that's because I'm a white boy or what, but my shit is super sensitive, and touching that kind of shit will fuck me up. Hopefully you guys can see it. This is the trailer we're gonna take, and this is gonna be real easy because we're just gonna pop it. Right where that line's at, bink, and there you go. And it does seem aggressive going in there hard, but don't worry about it. Now, one thing is, I almost got in trouble yesterday. You never want to ride off. A ride off means the doors open on either the trailer or the terminal. You pull off, instant suspension. They don't play that shit. So always opening this window. They got it cracked for ventilation. I can drive like that. But yesterday it said it was closed, and on the far side, you can't see in the inside of it. So since you can't see on the inside of it, I'm like, well, how the fuck am I to know? I told my boss, I'm like, well, because he's over there, oh, you know, you're my boy, like, I got you, but like, pretty much telling me like I'm fucked. If I get in trouble, that's on me. And I'm like, that's bullshit, because y'all say it's closed, and on the far side, you can't look under there. I'm 6'5", I can't climb under there and stick my hand fucking through it. So guess what? I can't fucking see. There's nothing I can do, but they don't give a shit. That's FedEx's policy. It ain't my company's policy, it's FedEx. So then I had to do some type of training to resolve the issue. It's bullshit. So they really try to set you up, you know, but thank God my terminal's cool here, and they realized that was on them anyway. And the girl, she's kind of bad, I ain't gonna lie, I was ready to get at her. But I'm like, nah, let me chill. She was like, oh no, sweetie, it's okay. People were passing out today. We have all the doors open for that. You good? Which I'm like, all right. Another thing too is while I take these gloves off, I cannot reverse or maneuver with these fucking gloves. I don't know why. I have to have bare hands on the steering wheel. Another thing you'll notice too is I always usually lift it up like that when I'm in and out of the truck. Why do I do that? Because I got long ass legs and I can't stand hitting my fucking legs. So we're gonna push in our service brake, emergency brake. Really, this is our air brake. I'm sorry, this is the air brake for the truck. This is the trailer brake. Put it in drive and we good. Now see, this is an easy maneuver right here. Also, this is a slow night. I just got the camera shit today, so that's why I'm recording. But let me tell you, on Mondays, sheesh, boy, it be busy as hell. And you guys will get to see those videos because they're coming. So with this, I'm just gonna angle it like this, boop, 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 boop. These pubs are annoying. I'm gonna turn my trailer like this. I'm gonna try to get it as close as I can, and then I'm going back to the right. And the reason why is I'm trying to straighten this bitch up. Now I can't see, this is already a bad setup, right? You don't want bad setups, but since I know what I'm doing, and I'm confident, we're gonna give it a shot anyway for y'all. I always turn my hill assist off too, because that shit'll just take forever. You'll be trying to get into fucking, get it to go drive, and that shit'll just be fucking stopping and pausing, and before you know it, gets annoying as shit. Now you can't really see, and with these pubs, they turn really fast, and once they turn too fast, you can't counter them. So what I like to do is, I'm gonna get it as close as I can, and as soon as I can visually see something, oh look, right on the fucking money. Shit, we're gonna send it all the way back, fuck it. And then what you do is you're gonna tap the dolly. We're gonna tap it till you feel it. Not hard though. Right there. Now see, I'm not even gonna straighten up because I'm right there. I'm gonna just send it just like this. And that's it. And you know, as much as I wanna act like this is like a tutorial, everyday life, the reason I'm calling it everyday life is because truthfully, it would be pretty hard to say this is a tutorial. Why? Because let me tell you, there's always something that you run into, some problem. Trucking is one of these industries where nothing is promised. You could have the best day ever, you could have the worst day ever, something could happen, and you're always gonna be put in a position where you have to think, you gotta use your head and think because you're out here on your own, right? So a lot of stuff happens in different days, right? So I can only tell you so much. I can give you the gist of shit, the basics, but to show you those problems, them issues, shit like that, it takes time. Now, what did I just do? With this dolly, what I've learned is you lean it back and forth when you want to turn it. That's the best way. Look, I overturned it just to show y'all. That's the best way. So when you pulling it, don't try to turn it, try to lean your body weight, and it's not gonna turn unless it's moving. So what I do is I lean, like I kind of like grab it, I put my weight forward, and I lean that bitch back and forth. Once I learned that, man, that made dollying easy. Then there's a little hook, you gonna pop it, boom, hits on that knuckle. And then I'm noticing something y'all probably don't. I could probably get that, but it's a little high. When they're in the terminals, when they docked up, they usually a little too fucking tall, and then I don't clear. And trust me, I had it where my fifth wheel went past it and I got stuck before, and that was a fucking nightmare. And I got it on video, but I'm so damn embarrassed, I don't even want to show that shit. So this is a landing gear. If you turn it left, the feet will raise up. But if it's not connected, it'll lower the trailer. And then once you're all hooked on something, you're raising it up. You turn it right to lower them. So what we'll do is we'll turn it a couple times just to get a little lower, not too low. Because if you get too low, what's gonna happen is it's gonna touch and then it's not gonna go in. It's like stupid shit you'll realize as you go. And trust me, I done been through it all. I've had dollies not lock. I done sat out here and set up perfect, hit it 4 times and couldn't get the lock to realize my dolly was bad. Like in front of a bunch of people too who probably thought I was an idiot, but they didn't realize what was going on. Now this you always take slow because you don't want it turning on you because they turn fast. Like that was way too fast. But this truck is a little got a mind of its own. Oh, and it hooked right in, you heard it? Usually the trailer lifts up and turns, but that was like perfect height. And then how you tell? We do a tug. Right there. That's the money, boys, right there. So, as you know, these are glad hands. This is my electric line for all my lights, and then this is my emergency and my service. And I didn't even really lift this one up too, so we go to our landing gear. Once you get in place, you can move it fast like that. Boop, 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 boop. It's good. And then we're gonna do the same with this. Now that we did a tug, we know it's locked. Also, I heard it. You'll visually start to hear that shit, or you'll know the sound when it locks. You'll just know. And once it's loosened up, you're gonna be able to one finger that shit like a virgin. Boop, 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 boop. All right, so then we're gonna come back here. I don't know if y'all can even see this. I'm gonna grab my flashlight for y'all because I want y'all to see this. But for y'all, I'm gonna show y'all. So this is why doubles can be a little bit of a bitch, all right? Because you gotta hook up not one set of glad heads, an electrical line, and a landing gear. You got 2 landing gears, 3 sets of glad hands with technically 3 sets of electric lines, and then you also have these pinch hooks. I call them pinch hooks because they kind of pinch. So always, these shits are short on this one. I don't know why some of these are so fucking short. Like, I can't even get it on. But what I've learned is if you turn them, for some reason they like to be turned. Now this one is just short. I have no idea why this is so damn short. There we go. Always hook these on because if something ever disconnects, that's gonna save your ass. And then these are called dummies. These are just there, the truck, pretty much if you try to drive the trailer, it'll keep wanting to brake and you'll be like, what the fuck is wrong? That's the sign that you didn't put your dummies on. And it happens all the time. I could do this shit every day and I still forget those motherfuckers, right? But I'm a hard head. Sometimes I won't even put those on forgetting and I still drive through the terminal and drop that bitch off. Now with these, they want you to hook them up here. Sometimes if I'm in a rush, I don't give a fuck about them dummies. I'll let them bitches dangle. Like, I truly don't care, because at the end of the day, they're not paying me to hook up dummies. That shit is not gonna cause a crash, hurt anybody, nothing. But for the sake of the video, and because I got the time, I'm gonna hook it up. Now this thing might start going beep, 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 beep. Sometimes they do that. And then I always push this thing, because sometimes that bitch likes to lock on you. And that's it, we're set up. We're good, and that's how you hook up doubles. Now I'm gonna put my trip buddy in, get driving, we'll get on the road. Once I get to my terminal, that's when we'll start again the video, and then I'll show you guys how we drop off, how we find our next load, because we're about to go to a big ass terminal. So I'm gonna show you guys all that stuff. And yeah, just stick around, there's a lot of information on this video, so let's go. All right, so we're here, boys, pulling into the terminal now. Well, about to be. I had to set up before we got here. They actually don't have me set up yet, so most likely they'll call me and say, hey Preston, we're gonna have you go here and go there. So this is 196. This is Philadelphia. Born and raised on the playground was where I spend most of my days as. So whenever you come here, you gotta come to these stupid ass gates. I got my little badge. That's why the one guy, he was having issues because you have to type in your badge, and that shit doesn't always work. So you need a badge. Once you hit that, you're good. And we're Gucci money, baby. Not really much to it. First load of the night. Usually what happens is I come here and I already have a load ready. I go take that load, I come back. So I do about 3 loads a night, which that means is I'll get to my terminal, take a load here, then from here, drop that load off, take another load from here somewhere else, then take some empties back here, and then I'll have one last final load, and I'll either take it back to my terminal, or sometimes I'll actually take it somewhere else and then take empties and then go back to my terminal, which can be a pain in the ass because that's 7 times I had to hook and unhook. You get used to it, but when you're tired, it can be a little frustrating, I ain't gonna lie. But it's Wednesday night, so it looks like things are getting a little slower. You know, and I try to tell people, being a professional driver, people think it's just knowing how to hook up and drive and all that. Like, that is not necessarily true. That is an aspect, but to be a professional driver, one of the biggest things that people don't realize is actually being able to stay the fuck awake while you driving. Because you don't understand, when you in a big slow ass truck and you gotta have distance and all of this dumb shit, you be so fucking tired that you be damn near falling asleep behind the wheel. I've had it multiple times where I had to pull over on the side of the highway and close my eyes for 10-20 minutes because like I was literally like falling asleep behind the wheel. Like I'll be like this, oh shit, you know, that shit's scary as hell because you're putting your life at risk. Driving trucks is super dangerous because it's so much mass, it's so much weight, and you tired. You're fucking tired, you know, and people don't put that in perspective. Me, I always take my shoes off. I don't know why, but I just like taking my shoes off. I'm so tall, I like put my feet everywhere. So don't mind me taking the sneaks off. You know, these bullshit ass Skechers, but they comfortable. You know, I was wearing Vans forever, but I figured I'd get a little bit more professional, even though you see the fit, ain't nothing professional about me. But truthfully, I don't want to wear a uniform. I'd rather wear something comfortable. All right, so the same way we hooked up is the same way we dropping off. It's just reversed and a little different, but not really much. Also, earlier I said 3 sets of glad hands, 2 landing gears, and 3 electrical lines. Actually, it's only 2 electrical lines. Watching the footage back, I was like, damn. So always come in here, we're gonna hook up, and then we're lowering it. Remember, left raises them, right drops them. So always think you're never gonna turn this landing gear right unless you're dropping that trailer off. You're always gonna turn it left. And then we unhook, pull our electrical line, our glads. Same thing here, electrical line, glads. I take the pinch welds off. You don't have to, you can wait until you pop the dolly off, but it's gotta be disconnected anyway. So why give myself an extra step? And then we're gonna come down here to the 5th wheel. I don't know if you can see it, the release handle. There we go. Also, you gotta push this in. You can still pull it out, but the tires aren't gonna move. That's why I said this locks. And what I meant by that, which I didn't say or really explain it, is the dolly won't move if that valve is out. So you wanna push it in. Otherwise, you'll be like how I was when I first started. You'll be driving around wondering why your truck's like jerking, and then you'll just look and you'll just be dragging tires. So push that in and watch when I push it in. See what I'm saying? And then you wanna put your dummies back on, otherwise it's gonna be jerking and stopping and being fucking retarded. But sometimes I forget when I'm tired, and then that's why I said I'll be a hard head. I'll be like, fuck it, and I'll still pull that bitch off and back it in and be like, I don't give a shit. Cause it ain't hurting nothing. It's just there needs to be something there for that airline. So then all we're doing is, I keep the door open. You're not supposed to, but since I don't work at AmeriGas, I can do what the fuck I want. Push my brakes in, I'm gonna put it in drive, and you're gonna hear it pop. Right there, that's all we're doing. And sometimes I don't even push the neutral in because it's a push button and sometimes it acts finicky. So I just pull my brakes. That truck ain't going nowhere. Now, if I was on the hill, it'd be different, but I'm in a fucking terminal, right? Pull this back, pop that bitch up, lift up, and then we're gonna push it back. And then we're gonna come back and grab our dolly, but we're gonna drop this off. So in this terminal, up here in the front is where you would drop your loads, and over there is where you grab your empties. And when you are picking up your loads, they're usually gonna be when we first came in. Sometimes they're on the other side, but most of the time they not. And then I would take my gloves off, but I don't feel like it, and since I'm doing something easy, and here's my terminal right here. Oh man, that's how trucking goes, boys. I just said, oh, sometimes I go to Hagerstown. Well, we're going to fucking Hagerstown. Pretty much what's gonna happen is I'm gonna have to take 2 dumbass empties over to Princeton. I think that's in Jersey. We're gonna have to fuel up, and then I gotta drive all the way to Hagerstown, which is like bruh, that shit is like, from there, that's a 3-hour drive. And then from there, I'm gonna either wait or grab some empties, and then we're gonna have to drive all the way back to Newcastle. But my luck, they'll have me do some dumb shit and be like, oh yeah, take this here and go there. You know what I mean? But this is a part of trucking, you know. I could have denied it. I could have been like, nah, I ain't fucking with that. Well, you know what that would have did? I would have just been bitched at. My boss would have been mad. Everybody would have been butthurt. with the fifth wheel with the fifth wheel on the fucking Volvos. God, I'm fucking retarded tonight. You have to lift up, pull left, and then pull up, and it didn't work. That's why I hate it, because it snaps back. It can pop your finger. When I first had this truck, man, I could not figure out why the fuck I could not get this shit to work. And I just throw them bitches there because I ain't driving anywhere. I could not figure out how the hell could I could not disconnect the trailer. I sat there for like a half hour, like stressing. So a tip is you can reverse back and take pressure off the fifth wheel and get it. And that worked a couple times for me. But one night it just didn't work. I had to call somebody, the guy I trained with, and they say, oh, you got a Volvo, lift up, turn left. And then that worked, and after that I was like, oh. So that's a part of the game, guys. You know, this is a part of trucking. Everything that you learn is from error. That's why they want experience. That's something that I've learned, that I've said in a lot of my videos, but I never got to put that part out there, that I definitely want to eventually, you know, start making some. Obviously we're making video now, but I want to put that in some of the videos, or at least clarify that a lot of reasons why companies want the experience, it isn't just because of insurance policies. That's majority of it, truthfully, but also it's because you're not going to be fast if you don't have experience, because you got to learn the hard way, and they know that. So a lot of times they want guys with experience, so the guy is faster, because when you don't have experience, you're slow. You're just slow because you don't know all these little tips and tricks. And we're hooked up, valves pushed in, and then we're gonna get some empties. I gotta take a piss, so we'll see you guys over at the empties. Yeah, boys. All right, man. I'll make sure this shit turn right. All right, so I already dropped the dolly off. I just hooked up, man, boys. Tonight is gonna be rough. You guys are gonna see some frustration. You're gonna see some cussing. You're gonna see all types of good shit tonight. What the fuck is wrong with this landing gear? So they fucked me. This isn't something that's supposed to happen. They're not supposed to make you go that far if you're running local. Sometimes they might say, hey, you're going to Hagerstown tonight, but you just gotta come here and grab a load and get. They got me going to Jersey to go pick the load up, drop these off, hook up again, and then take it 3 hours away. Plus we gotta get fuel, and then I gotta go all up there and go back. So you're thinking 6 hours just on that drive alone. It took me an hour to get here. I'm not gonna be done until about 10:30 in the morning. This is not usual, but it does happen. It does happen. It will kiss the boss's ass a little bit, which you guys know how I am. I don't give a fuck about these bosses and kissing ass. That ain't my type of cup of tea. But my boss, she's a woman, and she is a very angry woman. So hopefully, this will put me on her good side a little bit. And you know, it is what it is. I slept really good. Does not mean I ain't taking a half-hour break, because I'm taking one. So at some point I'm gonna have to sleep in this dumbass truck, which is too hard for me. That's why I want a sleeper and make it harder to work with this local shit. But man, having a bed in the back, it is all worth it. So this is gonna be rough, but you know what? You guys are gonna get to see a lot tonight, so it's good for a YouTube video. So in a way, I'm like, you know what? It's positive, but it's a long ass video. Who knows how long it's gonna take me to render, because I don't got a computer anymore. Well, I do, but it broke. So truthfully, man, my iPhone gonna want to crash when I try to save this shit onto my phone. But it's all good though. We gotta stay positive. That's one thing about this trucking shit. You gotta stay fucking positive, because once you get pissed off, man, it makes this shit a lot harder. Also, on top of that, I'm gonna be $150 with you. Remember when I said trucking itself is a profession is just not being tired and not falling asleep behind the wheel, or making the right decisions to know when you need to pull over and sleep is a very big thing. And tonight it will be tested. I might be up a little too far back. Fucking glad hands, get the hell out the way. Oh, nope, I got it. Come on, bitch, I got you. Remember what I said, leaning in and rocking back and forth. Because once I'm leaning in, that's when I'm able to get it to turn. Now, old Preston couldn't even do this. Why couldn't old Preston do this? Because old Preston didn't have that fucking technique. But new Preston is the shit. But yeah, it's gonna be a long night. I'm gonna do over 500 miles. And that's when you put some motherfucking hair in your chest. If you can drive 500 miles, you different. Especially if you local. That ain't over the road on the highway in a sleeper. That 500 and that is a little different. 500 local is like, ooh, this is way harder. Because think about it, I have to unload and I have to continuously keep, look, you'll see it turn. See it turn a little bit? I have to keep, bitch, see, this is why I hate Volvos. You just see me on the camera, I just put that bitch in drive and it still went in reverse. But that's the real man shit, because you should never be driving that much local. So honestly, this is a disrespectful fucking route. Not only do we just drive an hour out here for one load, we also, come on, bitch. We also have to drive to Princeton, get our load, somehow fuel the fuck up, and drive all the way to Hagerstown, which is a fucking hike. A fucking hike, boys. And then hook up again and drive back. Mind you, something that a lot of people don't put in perspective. You know what time that's gonna be? I'm gonna be in rush hour. That's something that people don't think about. You're gonna be in traffic. A lot of traffic. So there might be an extra half hour to an hour of just traffic. Now, when you've been driving for that long, you're so fucking exhausted. You know what I mean? You're so fucking exhausted at that point. You know, you have to really sit back and think about it. You're so fucking tired, and now you're in traffic tired. And you don't want to pull over and fall asleep because you just want to get the fuck back. So that's where this shit gets hard. That's where this shit gets rough. That's where this is the part of trucking where you don't want to deal with. But of course I put a camera on my head, so God was like, you know what? Let's test you tonight, boy. And it's all good. It ain't the first time I did it. One time I had to go, I got all the way to Hagerstown, and those assholes had the nerve to tell me, I need you to go to Seaford, Delaware. Bro, that was all the way by the Rehoboth Beach. That was a 500 mile night. That was to date my longest route. That fucking sucked. And I got back at like 8:30 because I hustled my ass off, but it was so bad. I haven't had that in a while, but you know what? That's something that makes these companies like you a little bit, because they'll know that you'll be able to do it, and the more they can depend on you and rely on you, the more you make money. Like, for a while, I was getting $1,095. I did one of those trips, and like, I was supposed to do a whip around, they kiss my ass. Like, I'm gone. I'm not wasting my time on a whip around. I'm out. Like, we not about to sit here for an extra 5 minutes and do a fucking pre-trip. They kiss my ass. I'm out. Shit, y'all fucking me too hard tonight. I ain't got time to sit around. But pretty much after I did, look at that, Dayton, New Jersey. So pretty much after that route, she had I was getting $10.95. Okay, after taxes. Okay, look at it, 42 minutes. Look at this, 42 minutes, but we gotta go all the way over here. I don't even see shit. Harrisburg. So look, this is where we gotta go, and look where they making me go. Completely out the fucking way, like fucking idiots. It's all good though. So what I was saying is I was getting $10.95 after taxes, and I was like, this is cool. When I first started, it was like just under 1,000, and I was like, damn, like I'm trying to make 1,000 a week, like what the fuck, you know what I mean? Like my first check was like 800. I was like, man, I'm not trying to be doing this shit for no $800 a week, like the fuck. Then they jumped up to like 1,000, and I was like, cool. And then when they got to $10.95, I was like, okay, I'm gonna just say 1,100 because it's $5 off, cool. And then I did that long ass run, and then my check started being $11.30. Yeah, it's only what, an extra $35, but I started getting it on every check. And what I learned with this company is if you run hard and you hustle for them and you grind hard, they don't pay you that week and pay you the next. What I learned is they just start consistently giving you that money. So they won't give you raises or nothing. It's just if you went and busted your ass for them one night and they know they could depend on you, they'll give you a little bit more money. So every couple months or every month or whatever, not every month, but every couple months, they might throw you a bone and put an extra 30 or 40 on your check. And that's like cool, but it's nothing crazy, right? But when that bitch stays on there, you loving that, because some weeks, one week you might not do a lot of running, right? But that check stayed the same, so I'm like, cool. So this bear bumped me up. He was like, yeah, maybe she'll throw you a bone. I'm gonna hype it up. I was talking to Aaron, he's my overnight manager, cool as fuck. We be geeking and shit. And he's like, yo, man, maybe she'll throw you a bone. I'm like, she better throw me a fucking ribeye. What the fuck? He started bagging up. And he's like, yeah, she'll probably look out, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, she better look out. What the fuck? So hopefully that's a little bit of extra bread on my paycheck. You know, even if it's 20, 30 bucks extra, if I start seeing that consistently every week, that makes me feel good. You know what I mean? That makes me happy. I thought I was the absolute man. I'll never forget my first $1,000. I thought I was the fucking man. But let me tell you, $1,000 now ain't shit. You know why? Because when I made my first $500, I felt like I was doing something. And back in 2018, $500 a week wasn't bad. It wasn't bad money. It wasn't great money, but it wasn't bad. It was like, okay, $2,000 a month. I ain't had no bills like that. I'm like, this is chilling. You know why? Because I remember when I made my first $1,600 a month, and I remember feeling like, man, that shit ain't enough money, bro. If I made $500 a week, I'd be chilling. So in my head, I put that number, and once I achieved it, I felt good. I felt like, oh, I made it. But then once you get to $500, you realize that ain't shit. So then what was my goal? Man, if I could make like $7, I'd be chilling. Got to $700. Then I go, man, this ain't shit either. Then my goal was, if I could make 1,000, because I was making $730, $740 at Penske. Got fired from them, and I was like, I'm getting a CDL. I mean, mind you, I worked every day there. And once I got done, I went to the DMV and took the test. Even if I knew I was gonna fail, I went there so much that it was like, I don't care if I pass or fail, but I'm gonna come back tomorrow. I'm gonna get this shit, and I just kept doing it. But that relentlessness is what got me to pass. And you know what? I got my permit, passed everything. They fired me the next day, and I go, yo, God is so good. They fired me right when I got my permit, where now I'm eligible to go to CDL school. And guess what? A month later, I was at CDL school. And then I had a little bit of trouble getting a good job. I got one. Only lasted a month because the job fucking sucked really bad. Gordon Food Service. I hate that company. I hate that fucking shitty ass. I'll never do food and all that again. Fuck that shit. Just not for me. But the people there were dickheads too. But I remember I made my first 1,000 with them. The first company I was with, I made my first $1,000, and I was happy as hell. That's when I felt like, yo, I'm making some money, I'm good. But I only lasted there a month, so I didn't get that 1,000 again. And then really, I didn't get much until AmeriGas. And then AmeriGas, I was making $1,500 a week, and I was like, oh, I'm making money, I'm good, I'm chilling. But I was working my ass off. I was fucking killing myself, man. I only had 1 day off a week, and then these assholes would have the nerve. See, you see what it's doing? It's because I don't have the dummies in. Whenever you don't have those fucking dummies in, it'll do that shit and scream at you. But then AmeriGas, what they would like to do to me is, and they would do this to everybody, that's why it's a bullshit company. You know what they would fucking do? They will say you have to work 6 days a week, 10 to 12 hours a day, which is not even legal, but since they're, you know, since they're essential, they can try to play it off because it's like, oh, we're hitting people's houses. Bunch of scam artists too, but I ain't gonna get into that. But, so you get 1 day off. Listen, I'm working 65. The 1 week I worked 69 hours. I just hit almost 70 and I was spent. I was dead. Like I was completely like drained. And I'm like, okay, I got off Sunday. I'll never forget too, because when I got off on Saturday, it was like, or Friday, I'd have off Saturdays when I come in Sundays. I got off at Friday, bro. I got off at Friday at like 9:30 at night. And mind you, I was at work at like 6:30 in the morning. So I was so fucking exhausted. And these assholes every other week, you know what they would do? They put you on call. They would put you on fucking call and say, oh, it's like an extra $75. This person say it's an extra $25. You know what it was? It was nothing. They weren't paying. They were lying to us. Because every time I was on call and I look at my check, it was no different. It was no different than when I wasn't doing that. And I got proof. Because 1 week was 60, next week I was on call with 60, that check was the same fucking amount, so they were scamming us. You know? And there ain't no way to prove it. So I shit you fucking not. They called me, it was like 8 o'clock at night on a Saturday, my first day off. Oh, we got a gas leak. I'm like, man, come the fuck on, bro. Oh yeah, you gotta drive the truck. You can't even take the truck home with you. No, you can't have a hazardous material truck in a residential. We gotta leave it here for its safety. Okay. Let me fucking tell you, I got fucking there. I had to go lace up everything, pack all my shit, go there. Just to find out that these assholes they just didn't fill them up with propane and they ran out. And they were smelling fumes from the additives at the end of the tank and thinking they had a gas leak. But they didn't have a fucking gas leak. They just, AmeriGas gets an extra $150 charge if we gotta come out and test it. So what do? They constantly make people run out of propane so they can get that extra money. Because if AmeriGas owns the tank in your ground, you can never leave AmeriGas. They will charge you, even if you leave them, they will still charge you. Because your tank's in the ground. So people are forced with them. So people are constantly paying shit and they went overseas with their customer service. Why did they do that? Oh, it's simple. So they can always eat around the bush on you. So people would be paying that extra $150 every other month and being like, yo, what the fuck? So, long story short, I had to go do that. And that fucking sucked. You know, that was 3-4 hours. Yeah, they pay me. Who gives a fuck? Yeah, it's time and a half. Who gives a shit? At that point, you're drained, bro. You ain't got no time for yourself at all. I still did this shit because I wanted the money. And now I'm more hungry than ever. But when you got a company that don't appreciate you and they treat you like shit, let me tell you, bro. Let me fucking tell you, it don't hit the same. So, they fucking suck. So I'm happy with the company I'm with now. Even though they put me through this bullshit tonight and they pieces of shit for it. Even though it's not my company, it's FedEx. That are being pieces of shit. I still rather be doing this shit. Now, one part of me would rather be working with those motherfuckers. One part of me. All right, I found the trailer. I found the trailer, guys. Some told me that I guarantee you that other trailer was sitting there on the terminal, and it was. So they fucking lied on the GPS. That shit happens all the time. They fucking love to fucking put those GPSs and never be where it's supposed to be. And see, problem with pubs is they turn fast, but they're so short that not only do they turn fast, you're turning and it's turning so fucking fast and it's not long enough, you can't see the end of it. So you end up coming out a little crazy. This is another crazy ass angle right here. This is like not a good setup. But we did good earlier, so we're gonna try our absolute best and hope that we can get that motherfucker in there. Oh yeah, we got that. We got that, boys. But yeah, man. This is gonna be one of them fucking nights, man. I'ma tell you. Try to angle that bitch. And remember, these pubs get out fast. They like to turn away from you. So you gotta angle that bitch, but then don't be scared to hurry up and let it go back. Cause that motherfucker is a pain in the ass once it gets too far out to really do shit. Like that is actually pretty damn decent. Like I will actually take that. And now I got the room I can pull up, but if I already got it angled and it's going there and I'm about to hit it, like I'm gonna just send it just the way it is. Yeah, oh, that's perfect. Well, I hate that fucking squeaking shit. At least one thing I can say is my reverse jobs have been good. And I don't know why this shit's going off. For some reason, these fucking trucks and these dollies like to go off. And then once you start driving and you give it some actual time to build some pressure, it goes away. But I don't know why these trucks do it, especially for the video. It's like, man, if you don't shut your happy ass up. What's looking? Oh yeah, your boy on point. Something's telling me to lower this trailer a little bit. I have 3 rotations. And the reason why I said earlier to never lower it too much, because if this lip is popping that, then you'll just be pushing the trailer all around. And that happened to me before. Everything I tell you guys is because I already fucking did it and fucked up. It's not because I'm just some guru. It's because my dumb ass and fucked up and did it like that and pissed myself off a million times, so I don't want you to have to do it. But you will, because it's trucking. So hopefully this one lifts it up and slides it so I can show y'all. There you go. Oh, right on the fucking money. Let's fucking go, boys. Let's fucking go. Well, you guys are gonna see a lot of hooking and bucking. The local slave driver is what they should fucking call me. Because no local guy should be doing 500 fucking miles and hooking. I can see if you had a 53 and you were local. Oh, this hooking? Man, that bitch better, I better see some money on my check. I'm gonna be like, next time I'm gonna refuse that shit. And when they go, you can't be doing that, I'm be like, I'm not doing no 500 miles and my money don't look any different. You got me fucked up, bitch. Word, I'm ready to flame her. Cause this is some dumb shit. Next time I'm like, I'm telling you, in 2 weeks, if my check don't look different, cause you know, the pay period, if my check don't look different, I'ma literally be like, yo, don't ever ask me to do that again. Like, I'm gonna refuse it. Because if you're getting paid by the day, and you have to do all this extra shit, and that shit doesn't give you any more money, and they're just doing it because you're the fucking idiot they're gonna do it to, that's when you gotta boss up and be like, nah, I'm good on that. Look at that one's going off. Huh. All right, well, we're gonna get up out of here, boys. When I get to my terminal, unless something cool happens that I'm gonna record, when we get to Harrisburg or wherever, Hagerstown, I'm gonna call y'all. So now, but I'm gonna, when I get there, blah, blah, blah. When I get there, we gonna do our thing. So let me just fucking get there. My mind going all over the place, but love y'all. All right, so we're still driving, and as you guys can see, it is getting blue out. We are an hour and 21 minutes away, 90 miles away. It is 4:43 in the morning. I'm not gonna get there to 6:03. That is very mad. I'm not gonna lie. That is not a fun run. And yeah, I really got fucked. No Diddy, no lube. Like, I really got fucked. When I got to that Jersey location and I left, I didn't even put the camera on. I just started gunning it. Guys, it was 3 hours and 33 minutes away. So an extra hour out the way. If I would have went straight from Newcastle there, it'd be about 2 hours and 20 minutes. So an extra 70 minutes just piled on top. I'm hanging out in there strong though. Mine's positive. I know sometimes on my videos and how I talk and some of this shit sounds like I'm negative, but I'm pretty good, you know. And unfortunately, I have to take a 30-minute break because I'm already about to be under 2 hours on my clock. So I'm pushing it too close to not take a 30-minute break. And I don't think it's a good idea to take a 30-minute break for hooking up and be like, oh, that's my break, you know, just so I could beat the clock. Because in my opinion, if I do that, then most likely what's gonna fucking happen is at some point I'm gonna get really tired. So I think the best thing to do is take a 30-minute nap. But the problem is it's so fucking uncomfortable. And this is the type of shit I be doing in this truck. I be kicking my long ass fucking legs. Cause bro, my legs are killing me in this fucking day cab. That's why I need a sleeper, man. I'm about to really tell my boss, like, yo, I need a sleeper. Like, I'm done with this day cab shit. But yeah, I just wanted to give you guys an update, you know, instead of just getting right there to the terminal, because I felt like it'd be weird. I just turned the camera on at straight daylight. Y'all gonna be like, is this even the same video? But yeah, we're about an hour and 20 minutes away. Then I'm gonna hook up. I probably won't even be able to realistically get out of there until 6:30. And if I take that break, 7 in the morning. So 7 in the morning, it's gonna take 2 hours to get there. We say 9 o'clock. I might fuel again. I did fuel. I only filled one tank though. I didn't fill the other one because it wouldn't reach and I wasn't doing all that. I already hooked up my double so I couldn't like pull around. So truthfully, I don't know, boys. I don't want to leave the day shift guy cooked, but since I got cooked, I feel like it's a fair excuse. Like, you know what I mean? Like, oh, he didn't fuel because the guy got fucking cooked. But at the same time, I might as well fuel up just to not have to be stressing or hear any bitching. But yeah, I'll hit y'all when we get to the terminal. All right, so we're here at Hagerstown. It is 6:14 in the morning. Mind you, we are 2 hours and 20 minutes away with no traffic. So we 3 hours away. Ugh, not fun. And I gotta take a 30-minute break. So how we gonna do that is I'm gonna come over here. Of course, they got the gate nice and open for me. I appreciate you, fam. Unfortunately, I can't go on yard mode until this fucking truck is at a standstill, which is a fucking pain in my ass. Oh, shut the hell up. I'm at the terminal. You hear that shit? Rolling stop. Bro, I'm at the terminal. They just opened the gate for me. Like, I'm not... Shut your mouth. That shit gets on my damn nerves. I can't stand this with trucking with these fucking devices. Like, y'all gotta leave us the fuck alone. And here's one of the most annoyingest things, is they want you to put in load information, which is so dumb, because if a DOT person pulled me over, it'd be a bunch of Q's, because what the hell? I'm putting in random shit because, like, I don't know what to do, and that's what the guy told me. I don't think it really applies to people like me who are doing local shit necessarily, because we got it all on other stuff. Okay, you gonna let me go? Thank you. But oh well. Hey, look, it's empty as fuck here. That's how I know. That's how I know it's getting slow for the week, because it being this empty. Now, if you come here on a Monday or Tuesday, man, it is a fucking zoo. Look at it, there's barely even any empties. Like, oh, can I even find me a fucking empty? So we gonna bang this out quick, boys. We banging this out quick. Oh, look. Hey, you see this shit? Shut the fuck up. Look at this, it says I'm driving again. So this is the problem with this stupid ass shit. It wants you to not drop. It It wants you not to drive or drive really slow. And like I said, the problem with me, what I tell y'all, I like to move fast. So as soon as I say I'm gonna move fast, I drive too fast. They want you to drive like under 10 miles an hour. Man, ain't nobody got time to be driving around this big ass terminal at 10 miles an hour. And see, earlier I was listening to the video and I was like, yeah, it's definitely I must have kept it in reverse. Nope, that shit's just retarded. Oh, you gonna get me copyrighted with that gay ass music. You hear that shit in the background? I'm so sick of these trailers. Bam, 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 bam. Like, I get copyrighted and this shit gets quiet for a second, it's because I had to mute it. But yeah, man, this is a part of the game, you know what I mean? Remember, drop our dolly, you see a hook, grab our fifth wheel, release handle, pinch welds. We're good. We'll pop our dolly off real fast. All right. You know how you silence a trailer when it won't shut the fuck up? That's how you silence that bitch. Just gotta make sure you plug it back in when you dip off. So that's what a lot of us will do at these terminals. We'll disconnect those lines because it'll be making those noises. And actually, I'm gonna pull this forward. A little tip I found from the other guys is what they do. What they do is they pull it forward instead of dropping it right there. Now, if it was just empty and I was setting back up, that's what I would do. But since I'm taking this dolly with me, I'm gonna pull it forward just so the alley dockers can grab that shit. Or alley dockers, the yard jockeys can grab that. My brain's all over the place today. And this a big ass hill. Oh, I got it easy. Oh, I guess the hill don't really matter till you get down there. Then the hill's a pain in the ass. So this is really the gist of it. We just gonna drop these off. These were our loads. And then we just gonna grab 2 empties. So the idea is whenever you take a load, like say you have 2 loads you taking, we call it a combo. When you go to drop off your combo, most likely they gonna make you take empties. You always gonna take something back, right? If you taking 2, you bringing 2 back. That's how it works. They always bring them back so they can keep filling. So just always keep that in mind. You're never gonna get away with just bobtailing back. Sometimes I get a run where they'll let me do that, but it's very, very rare. Very, very rare. To the point where it's like, it never happens. And if I do bobtail back, it's only because they fuck me. Like how I just drove up here, they'll make me go to Philly, bobtail to Philly, and take a load up there, then drive all the way back to Philly, and then bobtail back. But bobtailing's not that bad because you a lot faster, and you can get around people quicker, and it's not too bad, truthfully. It's not too bad, but the best thing is being able to just take, look at this shit duration, 1 minute. God damn. Now, if I was a dickhead, I keep driving, but I don't want to hear my bosses be like, what the fuck? Look, status driving. I'm not driving, bro. What, bro, like, you see, I'm not going no speed, bro, and it's still doing this shit to me. It like really wants me just to not even move it. Dang. Sheesh. Man, I need a raise. Hopefully this is fucking empty. It is. It is empty. Okay, bro, you got to go. I can't see. Yeah, I told you one was gonna be fucked up. Nah, we got this. We got this, boy. A little crooked. But see, the pubs turn so fast too. Sometimes if you want to always try to get it right back as straight as you can, because a lot of times you'll hold it, think, oh yeah, let me turn it out, and you turn back and you halfway through. Also, when you're looking at this dolly, you see how I'm looking at the tire? You want to only see like half the tire, barely any of that tire that on your driver's side. That lets you know that you're going to be practically dead middle. If that tire is fully exposed, or both are, you're going to be so far off it. If you try to wiggle your dolly over, what's going to happen is it's not going to clear the fifth wheel, it's going to slide right out on you. That's why that to me is like perfect. It could be over a little bit more, but that is good enough. I ain't even stressing that. I done had way worse. Like way worse, where I used to be like so far over and I was like, man, what the fuck? Why can't I get that shit? And then I talked to my coworker and he was like, well, how much tire are you showing? And I'm like, ah, man, it's like 2. And he's like, well, that's why you need to be in the middle. You should barely even see that motherfucker. And I was like, oh, for real? But since this is gonna be a little off because it isn't perfectly centered. That's why I said you always wanna get that dolly as centered as you can, because that'll help you get a better escape. Like, look how much room I'm off. You see that? I'm about a foot off. Now, if this was 6 inches over, I would be a lot closer. Is it still going to clear? Absolutely. But guess what? You could have a moment one day where it don't clear. It fucks up on you because of that. And guess what? I'm on a hill, so it's gonna be a lot harder to rock this bitch back and forth. Like, look at that. Throw me right back. I'm gonna have to really push, boop. But you know how we do? We push our legs into it and we kind of drive. Lean that bitch back. And while we're pulling back, we're still driving. And then the last one, drive, 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 drive. Bink. But it should still clear, and if it don't, then it'll be the prime example of why I said always to set that dolly up proper. If it don't, I'm gonna pull forward and walk that bitch. But hopefully it clears, because I really don't want to set up. Oh yeah, I think I'm fucked. I think I'm cooked. Am I cooked? Am I cooked? Yep, that was a cooker. Oh, see, I told ya. Plus, I don't think, since we're on a hill, I don't think, yeah, I got cooked. Since we're on a hill, that bitch isn't low enough either. It should have cleared, but I guarantee you, because we're on a hill, it looks decisive, right? Decisive. It looks like it would clear, but it's not. It's just because of the hill. Because that happened to me before, where the hill had me thinking, oh, it's low enough. And then I went and pushed, and I fucking got and this was bobtailing, and my truck just literally shot fucking right past it, and I got stuck. My fifth wheel literally of my truck, not the dolly, my fifth wheel of the truck got stuck behind it. And when that fucking happened, let me tell you, that was the worst. So I got cooked because of the hill. If that was a little lower, it would have went in. But this is good. I'm not even mad at it, because you guys get to learn something from this. And I don't mind making videos and talking about this kind of shit, because it feels good when I'm actually over here making, there's a purpose. I could say, well, now I got a reason to show them why I'm doing this, compared to when I'm by myself doing it. Yeah, I'm pissed off, because I'm like, man, what the fuck, I know better. So this is what we do. And as long as we're turning, we're driving to the left, to the right, and we want to get that bolt and nut you see in the middle of that fifth wheel. We want that right in there. We want that fucking right lined up in there, because that shouldn't have happened. But that hill obviously played a part. And I ain't saying that because I missed. I'm telling you guys, I fucking know. Because this has happened to me multiple times. So, and slide. Yep, you see how it starts to slide? Oop. That sounded a little funny though. Okay, no, I did grab it. All right, I'm about to say, I'm like, hold on, that sounded a little funny. Don't have me out here doing this shit more than twice. You always try to get it right the first time. Shit happens though, guys. Sometimes you're not gonna get it right, and that's okay. But if you gotta do it more than 2 times, now you fucking up. Now I done got out of the truck multiple times and I didn't do what I need to do. But for y'all to learn, I'm not mad at that. Plus, I can't go anywhere anyway. Why? Because we're still on fucking yard mode. Still on stupid ass yard mode. Still on dumb ass yard mode. All right, just like that. All right, so it is 8:58 and we are 53 minutes away, but we're stuck in traffic, boys. So, I don't know if y'all can see that. Well, let me zoom in. But yeah, sucks pretty bad, I'm not gonna lie. I move and groove and slews. Look, that's AmeriGas. That's where I used to fill up at. But who cares, right? Anyway, yeah, we're almost here. I'm gonna show you guys my terminal. I'm gonna open the gate, drop the dolly off, and that's pretty much it. And we got 27 minutes left on our clock. So this is about 11-hour day of driving. Fuck it, I get paid tomorrow. I want a nice meal. I want a meal that's so good, it makes me pass the fuck out instantly. You know what I mean? One of those meals where you eat so good, you just pass the hell out. So we drop our loads in the front. Even if these are empties go down there. But we still gonna do that regardless. And how some people like to do it. Oh look, see it's airing out. Got that suspension, bruh. So one thing to note is, now what like a lot of guys like to do is they like to disconnect this trailer, then drive, turn around, pop the dolly off, which is actually a good idea, and I tried it. The problem was I ended up not doing that successful with it. Why? Well, I didn't turn it good enough, and I'm not used to doing that with the dolly, so I ended up having to turn the dolly all crazy, and it was more work. I know it's easier to do, but since I only did it one time, it didn't work. And I'm so used to doing it the way I do it that I kind of found my system for it. So once I tried a new system, of course, it wasn't that great. So, of course, me being me, I always gotta learn the fucking hard way with everything I fucking do. Now remember, push this in. Because if I don't push that in, you know what the fuck's gonna happen? It's gonna lock up. And see, the reason it's a little hard, I don't know if you guys see, but there's trailers already there. So that's why I'm not even gonna attempt this shit, because all I'm gonna end up doing is pulling around, trying to turn around. You know, fuck it, we gonna do it. And if I fail, then you know what? Actually, we not gonna do it because there's a FedEx person there and I don't want them bitching about me having a camera. So we not gonna do it. All I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just drive down far enough to let an alley docker grab the trailer and get it out the way. This way, I don't know, it doesn't really matter. I get the idea. They like to drive down there, drop the dolly right there, and then drop the trailer off. And it is faster in a sense, but since I perfected this, I don't know, I'm fucking so used to it. I would have tried it for y'all. We'll try it on the next video. But to be honest, I'm not gonna do that shit. I've never had a camera on my head, and like my company might not care, but you bet your ass FedEx is gonna fucking care. So to make life simple, we not gonna do that. And then come down here, lift up, left, pop. Pop these stupid shits. The other guy, he likes to just put them through this. You're not supposed to do that. And since I'm in somebody else's truck who takes a little bit more care of it, I'm not gonna do that because I just don't want to get bitched at, because I'm sure every driver has the things that piss them off, right? And when you start using their truck, the day shift guys tend to bitch. So me, I don't like being bitched at. So I don't want to get bitched at. So I'll respect it. And if that means I get to drive in this truck over the other guy, well, I'm okay with that. Because at the end of the day, the other truck is such a piece of shit and was not taken care of. And this truck is actually pretty damn good. I don't want to take the fucking chance of it. So then we just reverse back and grab the dolly. Bink. What's up, man? It's for safety. Guys like, oh, a GoPro on your head. Like, that's for safety. You know? Butter like that. Easy work. And I ain't throwing it back or nothing. Perfect. Perfecto. Timesheet. All right, so you guys can see, look at the consistency. 8, 8.5, 8.9, 9, 9.7, which these days should have been longer, but they were shorter. But look at this, 12.33. So we did a 12.5-hour day. Well, almost a 12.5-hour day. So, okay. 67. Okay, we did 483 miles. Respectable. End the video with a startup for y'all. And I love y'all. My God. Oh, I love this car so much. It is my baby. Oh, woo. Talk about messing the fro up. But listen, guys, I hope you enjoyed this vlog. More coming. Listen, make sure to like and subscribe. Helps out my small channel so much. 10,000 subscriber giveaway is coming. It'll be in a couple months, but it will be something super special. Also, we're gonna be doing weekly POVs. If this video does good, I'll make sure to do multiple a week. If it does mid, I'll probably drop once a week. And still got Mustang and car content coming out. Also, might be doing some dating stuff in the future. And that's why I'm Unplugged Preston, because I always unplug you from the matrix, get you out the simulation, and expose the truth. All right, and I like to have fun, and like I said, I'm very versatile. Also, make sure to subscribe, because I do live streams every couple days. That's my new thing, and I just went live for an hour, and guess what? It was awesome. Make sure I can see myself. Yeah, it was awesome. So don't miss out. Make sure to check me out, and I love y'all. Follow me on Instagram, lostboyPreston. All right, till next time. Peace.